Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Lion's Share. I'm still preparing for the official stream that I'm going to be running tomorrow, and I figured it might be fun to hang out together while I set up my OBS presentation. And while I do that, I'm also going to be working on the new base that I just claimed for the Lion's Share. You can see here I've just triggered a bunch of the early actions that you need to complete. In fact, I can probably kick off a few more of these things. Let's see. I'm going to need to have an infirmary and a workshop. Let's do the workshop outside. Oh, wait. No, I've already got... That's right. I forgot. I've already got an infirmary. The refugee clinic right here is already my infirmary, so I don't need to spend that space on it. I need to have 6 beds. And so I'm thinking I can get that by building a barracks. I think I've got the right people in my community to support that. If not, then maybe I can just go claim an outpost or something. I've still got 2 labor. So... Oh, hey, I finished the staging area. Let's make building go faster. That's going to be really nice. And I don't know, what else do I need? I don't even know. I know one thing okay. Yeah, I don't have enough labor to build a lot of the fancy stuff. I might want a lounge, but only if my more, like, productive stuff doesn't take up the necessary space. Can I afford to upgrade my workshop? Yes, I can. Okay, so while that's going on, I realized I actually, during my last video, I didn't spend nearly enough time reading the chat. There's probably some good questions here, so before I get started on my OBS presentation, let me go and review some of the questions that I missed. So, Awesome Twitch Dude asks, will tracer rounds, which is a feature that was added to the public test realm recently before update 28, will those be something you can turn on and off, or will they just be the new default? So right now, I don't know if and when they're actually going into the game at all. They were an experiment we were trying out in the public test realm. They were disruptive and didn't look all that great, and it would take a lot of like serious art effort to sort of bring them up to par. And so I'm not sure where that's going to be prioritized. But I think that, you know, if there's any risk of them being a problem for players, we'll find some way to make it so you can turn them off or something like that. I think that's we've definitely heard, you know, sort of the player reaction. One of the reasons we went to the public test room was to gauge player reaction to them. So, you know, people reacted and they said, you know what, we don't really like these. So that's fine. So yeah, we'll either make them subtle enough and appropriate enough that there's no cause to worry about them, or we'll probably make them, you know, toggleable. Or we might just never add them to the game. If other priorities end up taking over, maybe they'll just be an experiment that that doesn't come through. Who knows? So I can't tell you exactly what the future is going to hold, but, you know, we are going to... The thing that I can tell you is we're going to pay attention to the feedback that we're getting from players through the public test realm. And you're not going to need to worry that we're just going to, like, blindly charge into this one and just make it happen, regardless of what you think. Awesome Twitch Dude asks, is it possible to keep getting State of Decay 2 updates until State of Decay 3 comes out? So that's far enough in the future. I can't make you any promises. It's certainly one of the options. I mean, yeah, I guess that's all I can kind of say. I mean, it's like I said, there's a lot of decisions that have yet to be made about both State of Decay 2 and State of Decay 3. So the last thing I want to do is promise something that I could have to go back on later on. But yeah, that's certainly within the realm of possibility. So we'll just have to see what happens there. So Sephiroth made a comment that said, you know, that it was a bit of an offhand remark, but props to the audio team for how good the guns sound in this game. I agree. Actually, we have kind of an unusually good audio team for this game, considering how small our team is generally, you know, compared to, you know, a lot of the other teams that build open world games. We're a fairly small team, and it's hard to, you know, to do something, to do really world-class quality work when you've got, you know, sort of limited resources and limited budget and stuff like that. But our audio team just absolutely punches above their weight class and does amazing work with very little. And so they're just an incredibly talented group of people, and yeah, we're just extremely proud of them. so yeah, that I'm glad that I scrolled back and caught that comment, because it is definitely worth saying. We can't say it enough how great our audio team is. And we had more people responding to that later on in the chat, just agreeing that the audio in the game is amazing. Oh, Coalition wants to know what these bags are behind me. This is kettle corn. We've got a company movie night planned later on this week. And so the company sent everybody kettle corn so we could eat popcorn while we're watching a movie together. It's going to be a remote event. We used to actually do like events every year where, you know, big major movies would come out and we'd all gather in a theater together and watch the movies together. But now that, you know, people have different levels of comfort with the idea of watching a movie in a theater these days, and so we do remote ones instead. It's kind of fun. I think we're gonna be watching Zombieland. So we watch like older movies that are sort of inspiring. The last time we did it, we watched Fido. So that's the kind of thing. So we're just doing like a company party basically. All right. So Adam Survives asks, alongside the question of the tracer rounds, is the FOV slider going to come into the game? I think that one is definitely a higher priority for us. We got a lot of positive feedback from that one in the public test realm. And the only reason we didn't ship it with update 28 was because we found some bugs at the outer edges. If you pushed it all the way to like, 40 or 70 or whatever the numbers were, not 70, 40 or like 100, whatever the outer bounds were, there were weird things that could happen. I actually forgot what these specific bugs were. I used to know, but there were weird things that would happen, and we didn't have time to fix them for update 28. But that's actually a higher priority for us because it got a lot of positive reception. People really like the idea of being able to customize their FOV, especially folks who use that method to help them avoid motion sickness. So that one is a higher priority. I would expect that one to come out sometime soon once we've had time to resolve the bugs. Okay, yeah, so co-listening is reminding me that the timers are up, and I actually can add a few more things here. So let's see here. What do I want to do? Now, I think the refugee clinic doesn't ever need to be upgraded, so I could just add a mod to that one probably. Which mod do I want? I don't need the cast-making kit. Sanitizing machine? I think the sanitizing machine is probably what we want. Now, we could build a forge. We could build oh, that's what I had. I had a farm last time. Last time I had a farm and I had an armory. I think the armory is still going to be important for this community. And feeding everybody was a big challenge, so I think I do want the farm. So those are the two remaining large slots I'm going to do. Now, can I build... Yes, 6 beds. That is a thing that I can do, so I'll go with 6 beds there. And we're out of labor again. Cool. So... Oh, right. So Coalition wants me to look at primary care. Where was that again? Was it here? Primary care. So this is what primary care does currently in the refugee clinic. I forgot what it was supposed to do or what the bug with it was, but if you wanted to double check it, here's the flyout. You can look at it. So yeah, I mean, obviously I can't use it right now because I have no labor, but that's what it looks like. So there you go. All right, so here's what I need to do next. I need to work on our OBS presentation. Oh, hey! I forgot about something, which is that this OBS presentation has got some kind of weird bug in it, and it always loses track of my microphone. So when I originally switched presentations in the middle of the stream, my sound cut out, and that was just embarrassing. Thankfully, people in the chat told me what was going on, so I didn't go too long not being able to, talk to you. But now it's back, it's fixed, so let's work on my OBS presentation. So this part of the presentation is always the same. Let me pop over here. Yeah, so this is all still true. I don't need to change this. I do need to change the names of my guests. I'm going to have 3 guests. So let me just edit these here. So my first guest is going to be Brant Fitzgerald. And Brant Fitzgerald is the art director. So there we go there. My second guest is going to be Joe Swarner. And he is a couple of different things. He's a customer advocate, but also a designer. And we're going to talk about that. I think we're going to talk a little bit about sort of like the cool things that each of the people on the stream accomplished this past year. And one of those is Joe's a designer on the team now, which he wasn't at the beginning of the year. And then finally, our third guest is going to be Lucy Tibbetts. That's not how you spell Tibbetts. Tibbetts. And Lucy is a systems designer. There we go. All right. So yeah, so those are going to be the guests. I've got a slot for a fourth guest, and we don't have a fourth guest, so I'm not going to worry about that. And now I'm also not going to worry about trying to get everybody's like faces up here, though I think that the fourth box. Oh, interesting. I think for some reason I'm not capturing the gameplay. Oh yeah, I can't. Why can't I see the gameplay? What's going on? I'm going to try to switch things around. There we go. There's the gameplay. Beautiful. Okay, so now when I'm in grid view, okay, no, I don't want to put it in that box. Let's make that go away. That box is going to be where Lucy's face appears. This is where we're going to want to have the Elgato. So, okay. Which actually I can see. Oh, it looks like we've finished some of the actions that we were performing here. So let me finish upgrading my workshop all the way. Let's see. What else do we need to build here? It might not be a bad idea, actually, for me to build a generator, at least so that I can have power for a little while.
I just know it.
While we're, see, can you build a generator indoors? I don't think you can. Oh, actually, because I'm going to need to claim an outpost at some point. And how much? Okay, I've got a fair amount of influence. Actually, I might be able to claim both a water outpost and a power outpost pretty soon. So maybe I don't need to worry too much about that. So what else can I? Oh, I could build a watchtower actually. I don't usually build watchtowers. That actually kind of appeals to me. Let's build a watchtower just because I don't do it that often. All right, and we'll let all of this continue. Okay, good. I was checking to make sure that my action thing hadn't expired. All right. Anyway. So what else do I need to do? So I got my notes here. I'm gonna mark this off. Okay, so I did nameplates for all guests, taken care of. The final end screen, let's look at that. So yeah, holy crap, someone forgot to edit the outro text. That's what it usually says until I've changed it. So let me see, what do I want to say? Our next stream should be on January 10th. I'm going to say should because you never know what happens in a month, but that is the plan. Because we're not going to do on January 3rd because that will be our first day back from break. And I don't want to make Joe do a whole bunch of stream preparation like on the holiday so that he can do a stream the day he gets back. That's a little bit ridiculous. So we're going to save that for January 10th. So Coalition says he does not recommend the Watchtower. I'm just building the Watchtower for giggles right now. Yeah, at some point I'll probably come up with a thing that I want that's more important. But right now the Watchtower is just like, why not? I'd like to see what it looks like in the map. Okay, so we've done the end screen. That's all good. What else? Oh, yeah, so default background. I think I'll just go with the usual, so I'm not going to worry about that. But one thing we do need to do is our year in review. So this is my sort of default showcase screen that I often put here. Just, you know, in case there's some weird thing I need to show, I'll put this background here. And I'm going to get rid of this title, though. I don't think I need that. And I don't think I need this. What I do probably need, though, let me see here. So let me go over to we're not going to need to show 4 guests. We got 3 guests. But let me grab each of these little guest boxes and paste them in here so that I can have the 3 guests in here to help me talk about our year in review. And then, so, let's see here. Where do we have... this will be a good example. Okay, I'm going to grab this sort of frame we've got in the background here. I'm going to stick it here. It's too big, though. We scale that down a little bit. There we go. Or maybe like this, something like that. That seems right enough. I'll go edit the numbers there just to make sure it's a reasonable amount. Actually, I need to make sure I put everything behind my camera. so that if I move over here, I'm going in front of it instead of behind it. And then I'm just going to edit the transforms on this to make sure its position is, I don't know, some kind of rational number there. And then actually the size is pretty good, 1360 wide. I can probably deal with that. Okay. So now I've got a little place where I can sort of present what we did over the course of the year. But what goes in that box? That's a very good question. So let me pop open an image and start with update 24. Okay, so I'm going to browse through our thumbnails from past streams and see if I can find good thumbnails from past streams to represent what we did at each stage along the way. Let's see. I could grab this. Let me position this. Oh, the proportions are off. That's a little weird. Let me edit the transform on that. So the other one was 1360 wide. So let's make this 13, not 1380, 1320, 1340, maybe 1340. And then if I position it just like something like that, and then I guess I should probably just, oh, this thing's proportions are locked. Okay, well, let me mess with the transform. Is there a toggle for its proportions being locked? Let's see here. 1370 by, can I just reduce this? Something like that, and then pull it back up a little bit higher. A little, that seems almost right. Almost, this is almost correct. This is the silliest, most annoying part of my job, but yeah, I just got to get this exactly right. And then the picture, again, I think is just slightly off center. So I got to just nudge it. Oh, it's not even, gotcha. Okay, so let's position it by its top center. And then let's go, what was it again? No, that was wrong. Dang it, I forgot where it, that's not correct. Maybe that was right. What were the numbers? I got to look at the numbers for this thing again. I'm sure this is fascinating watching me just talk to myself about numbers you can't see. Yes, 1140 was correct. Okay, so these are centered on each other now. Mostly. I think the image still looks like it's a little bit to the right, though. So I'm just going to nudge it slightly to the left. That's not how you do that. Okay. There we go. And maybe it needs to be up just slightly too. Maybe it needs to be up just slightly. All right. I'm going to call that good enough. Oh, but it's in front of my head. So there we go. Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Coalition says he's about to get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's exciting. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm still at about a quarter of that. So, you know, and though every time Sunny Games mentions my channel, I get like a few hundred extra subscribers out of it. So that's always fun. Let's see here. Oh, awesome Twitch dude. I really appreciate your appreciation of my thumbnails. That makes me happy. I do put a lot of like time and effort into the thumbnails. And so yeah, when people say that they enjoy them, that makes me happy. Okay, so I'm going to now duplicate this image a bunch of times and then change which images because we need 6. So I'm just going to add a bunch of copies of this and rename them all. And you're not going to be able to see me do any of that. I'm just duplicating it, and it looks like nothing is happening. And now I have to rename them all. So that's update 24. this one, the one that's underneath it, which you can't see that I'm changing anything. I'm going to rename it to Public Test Realm. And the next one is update 25. The next one is update 26. I think you can see a trend here. The next one is update 27. And the next one is update 28. So we basically did 5 major updates this year, which is, the previous year, I think we did a lot more updates in terms of quantity, but most of them were, like, at least about half of them were just Bounty Broker updates. And so really we did about the same amount or even a larger amount of stuff that we added to the game in 2021 compared to 2020. I guess was 2020. Yeah, the Juggernaut edition was at the beginning. That was pretty huge. That added Providence Ridge. So if you count this Juggernaut edition, yeah, no, we actually did about the same amount of work 2020 and 2021. We got about the same amount done, but the number of updates, if you just count the updates, was lower in 2021 because we did fewer bigger updates this year. So okay, so now that I've done all that behind the scenes nonsense, let's grab some kind of image to represent the public test realm. The fact that we added that, because I think that wasn't a proper update, but I think it was pretty important. So I did something about the public test realm here somewhere. Where was it? Oh, there we go. Someone says we're launching an open beta. There we go. Yes, that one. So that represents the public test realm. We'll make that go away. And now I'm going to edit this one to represent update 25. That was Plague Territory and Outposts. So let's find, where's my Plague Territory one? Here we go. There. Plague Territory, Outposts, and you. That was one of the... I don't even remember what that stream was about. Whatever. Okay, so we got that one all queued up. Let's look at update 26. That is the Homecoming update. And there were so many streams we did about that. Where did that go? Okay, yeah, it's like, well, could I do this one? Tour of Trumbull Valley? Maybe? That seems like that kind of represents that update. Let's do that. And update 27. That's way down near the bottom of my list because it was not that long ago that we did it. That one is called Mask Up. That was a Mask Up update. Did that. And then finally, update 28, the one we just did, way down at the bottom of my list. Did I do one that has just the words update 28? I don't know if I did, actually. Oh, here we go. Update 28 revealed. Yes, I've got that one. Okay. Cool. And that's showing Enclave lighting. Okay, so now... So when I'm doing this presentation, I'm have my 3 guests up there. We'll be talking about it together, and I'll start with, look, it's update 24. That's the one where we were celebrating Black History Month, and we added this cool T-shirt to the game, and we did things like Lucy added. She designed the solution to recruiting characters from enclaves by paying influence rather than having to be allies all the time. That was one of the major things. We did a few other things. What did we do? Oh, that was also when Zoe put the Bounty Broker on a schedule. So you didn't have to receive an update, like download a huge update to the game in order to get a Bounty Broker update. They just happened on the calendar instead. So that was pretty cool. Then right after that, we released the Public Test Realm, which is, an alternate branch of the game on Steam where we could release stuff early and get feedback from people before it was official. Stuff like, the FOV sliders and the tracer rounds and stuff like that we were talking about earlier. Then we released update 25, which was Plague Territory, Outposts, and Sidearms. Then update 26, which was the Homecoming update with Trumbull Valley. Hold on. Let me just... Am I sure there isn't one that says Homecoming on it? Let me just double check. Go through my list here. Because I had all those... Okay, I had all of the individual sections about... the individual locations. Yeah, I think I don't have one that actually just says Homecoming update on it. So I guess I could do, there's a launch day stream that I did, but I think the one I've got is probably the best one that just sort of represents the whole list. So yeah, let's do that. And then yeah, update 27, where we added the Halloween masks and stuff to the game. What else did we do in 27? Oh, that's where Joe and I did our experiment with Red Talents, where we added all the lost weapons to the game. So that was cool. And then, of course, update 28, the one we just did with Enclave Lighting and the revamp of Providence Ridge. And that's it. That's the whole list. So that is ready to go. I think that was actually the major thing I needed to do. So let me mark that off my list. So yeah, then I've just got to do the setup in person with folks and the audio test, the title and share text on the different platforms. Yeah, so I think I'm done. So I really like it when we do a really chill stream where I don't have to do a ton of preparation in advance. So yeah, just to run over everything, this is our setup screen. This is me, Jeffrey Card, design director. I got my 3 guests, Brant, Joe, and Lucy. I can show all of them at once with the gameplay here. I can show gameplay, and actually, one thing I should do is catch up with this base. So, all right, what else do I need to do here? I can upgrade my watchtower that Coalition disapproves of. Can I build? Oh, I need water and power to build hydroponics. Okay, yeah, so, But otherwise, this place is good. I've still got wait, storage. I definitely need to upgrade my storage so I don't start losing stuff. And I also need to install a bunch of mods in places. Like, okay, I don't need an ammo press. I don't like it when the icons refuse to appear. There we go. That's way helpful. So I've got a million ammo presses here because why not? Let's go with the maintenance bench. Prevents weapon durability loss. Absolutely. And then in this bedroom... Come on. Nope. Dang it, I'm doing everything wrong. I don't know what buttons to hit. I don't know how to play my own game. Let's go here and ta-da. Okay. So I don't know why those icons sometimes don't appear. That's really weird. So I could do a camp heater to help with morale. My morale right now is just right in the middle. I kind of prefer the comfy chair, but we've got a fireworks crafting station and an anniversary cake oven that I need to install somewhere. So let's see. Let's do it. Let's do the fireworks crafting station at the armory. The farm is going to want increased yields. That's a 30% yield. I think I've got something that does even more than that, though. Aha! Fertilizer for food yield. Let's do that. And then, yes, we got to build... Oh, wait, the cake oven. Can the cake oven go in here? Yes, the cake oven can go in here. Stick the cake oven in the kitchen, obviously, where it belongs. And then let's just do some little morale things in the bedrooms. Let's do a camp heater in that bedroom because, fumes are good for you. And then we can just do camp heaters in both. Or the comfy chair. Because nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. All right, yeah, so we got this view, and then we got the view with the guests above me, and I've already cut them down to 3. We've got our showcase that we just ran through, and we've got the outro, which I can disappear from. So yeah, I think we're all set. I think we got what we need. Sweet. Well, I should stop ignoring the chat then, and see what else is going on here. Oh, Coalición has put a bunch of emojis up there. Do. All right, so yeah, Coalition says cake on barbecue stand. I forgot what the cake oven looks like, actually. Oh, Coalition says I can actually upgrade the bedroom one more time if I have construction. Do I have construction, though? Maybe? But I don't think I need to. I'm at 0 beds right now, and I'm at max population. I don't think I need more beds. And so I think I might not bother with that. Coalition, so Coalition points out when I was talking about the public test realm, that there actually have been, we did run betas before the public test realm. That's true, but they were closed betas that people had to sign up for. The thing that's special about the public test realm is anybody who has a game on Steam can just stumble in there and do whatever they want. We don't have to go through a process of vetting people. And anything we put on there, we don't mind the community knowing about. Whereas we were more secretive about the closed beta, where we would, basically people had to sign NDAs and promise not to talk about what they saw because we might make changes. We were a little bit more worried about testing things out prior to releasing them formally. But yeah, then we sort of decided that actually what we want to do from now on is try to release things and reveal things a little bit earlier, and then let people just play around with them before they're official, so that we can get their feedback and make them better. Senior Sausage, we're not. So Senior Sausage is wondering if we can release like a limited edition Xbox Series S console that is like State of Decay themed. We don't really make those decisions. We're as an individual developer under sort of the Xbox Game Studios umbrella. We're not really that involved with hardware. So I think it's somebody at a higher level than both us and the hardware team that would sort of decide that it's time to do something like that. Usually that kind of thing isn't driven from our level, or like maybe somebody from marketing could make that happen, but that's not usually the kind of thing we can just decide that we want to do. Though we are really interested in having there be more State of Decay 2 merch available, so we're working on that. We'd really like to at some point have a lot more stuff that people can sort of show their fandom for the game by grabbing like official merch. But right now that takes some time to set up, and so we're not really at the point where we can do it yet. But we're really interested in it. So Spirit Shaman says, so the stream is going to be chill and new features for 2022. So the stream that we're doing tomorrow, the official State of Decay 2 stream that we're doing tomorrow, is not going to be revealing any new features or anything like that. We're just going to be doing a chill stream, Q&A, talking about the year in review. That's basically it. So, no big, huge, monumental reveals. We'll have to save that for next year. But one thing I definitely can say is the team is still going strong. We've still got a lot going on. Major features in the works right now, so don't worry about this the idea of this being sort of the last year of State of Decay 2. Far from it. We've got a ton of stuff that's going to be going on in 2022, and actually that's probably a good place to leave this video. So I think my community is getting real close to being done here, to the point where what I might want to do is run one more stream, and yeah, I think I might want to just run one more stream. And oh crap, you know what I just did? I'm an idiot. So I've got this template presentation that I always keep just in case, basically as sort of the starting point for all of the specialized presentations that I make for the State of Decay 2 stream. Because every stream we do needs something, whether it's different guest names or a presentation or something that I can throw up on the screen to tell you about a prize you can win or whatever. I always have to do special work. And so I have this template that I always load up, and then I sort of copy and basically duplicate it to make the new thing. I forgot to duplicate it this time, so I just edited the template, but that's fine because I exported the template, so I can always import it again. So let me just, before I forget, let me rename my presentation to be Juggernaut End of Year. Okay, there we go. All right, I've renamed it. I'll have to remember next time to bring the template back in. That's silly. But yeah, I basically overwrote it because you don't manually save your presentations in OBS. They just are constantly saving. Every decision you make is final. So if you want to keep a backup of something, you have to export it to keep a backup. But I have done that, so it's fine. I haven't lost anything. It's just a little bit of convenience that I lost, but that's okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think that I'm going to need to get some power and water for this community, and maybe that's something I'll do in a separate stream. So let me wrap up this one. So what's going to be the good way to wrap this up? I guess I can switch over into this view and do my usual stuff, even though, my next stream is not going to be January 10th. I'm going to do my usual nonsense here, and I'll put a subscribe button over there, and I'll make myself disappear so that you can see other videos that you can click, including the one that I'm about to make right now.